I'm Vivek Sharma. I lead the lending services practice at Evalueserve. This practice is part of the corporate and investment banking line of business at Evalueserve, and this also happens to be the fastest growing practice within our organization. Academically, I pursued undergrad in commerce, and after that, I did MBA Finance and a Masters in Finance and Control. I have been with Evalueserve for over 17 years. And prior to that, I was working with a research firm that is now part of CRISIL India. In my current role, and specifically for the last 5 years, I've been focusing on growing the lending services practice in Evalueserve, where basically I'm focusing on delivering more value to our clients, especially partnering with them on their credit transformation journey. Prior to that, I was more involved in the capital markets business, where I was focusing on transitioning knowledge-based processes. Lending services practice at Evalueserve over a decade old. We have a legacy of working with several financial institutions like full-scale banks, asset managers. We work with private equity firms and bulge bracket firms. And being part of the corporate investment banking practice, we always had long-standing relationships with our clients. We have been delivering exceptional value to our clients, not only through knowledge-based processes, but also adding layer of technology. So where we stand with all these engagements is really trust-based relationships where clients want to try and see what else we can bring to them. About a decade back, that's where for one of our leading North American banking client, we started doing some bit of portfolio monitoring, which was specifically around financial spreading. And that was our initial offering within the lending landscape. This practice has evolved over a period of time now, where we are doing much more complex stuff, which is not only limited to, say, financial spreading, but we are also doing a lot more on loan monitoring, which includes governance, doing more credit reviews, looking at complex loan deals, as well as we have a very customized technology suite that is catering to the portfolio monitoring part of the overall lending value chain. Overall, we look back at this practice. For the last 5 years, this practice has grown at a CAGR of over 25%, and it continues to grow strongly. Lending industry has always been highly regulated. It has its own set of challenges, always under immense pressure of the regulatory lens. Also, there has been a high pressure on margins because of the increasing interest rates. And finally, there is always kind of a rush for more and more tech adoption, especially in the wake of the competition that is coming from fintechs who are offering more innovative financial services for banks. So lending institutions are facing very typical challenges, and this has been increasing year after year. Now, banks have started to see how they can make sure that they have a regular adoption of tech, so that they're always compliant with the regulatory changes that calls for new capital requirements, upgrading their credit models, and also how to bring down the overall credit decisioning time. Over a period of time, we have seen that a focus of lenders from very task-based processes to more, I would say, decision-based, knowledge-based processes being reevaluated from a transformation standpoint. When we partner with our clients across their lending value chain, we bring in expertise in credit knowledge, knowledge of end-to-end lending processes. We've been doing this support or partnership with our clients for more than a decade, which basically makes us more equipped in terms of the work that is done as part of the credit decisioning life cycle. As we understand more and more the processes, we try and see where we can automate, where we can bring in the right technology, whether we can bring some more tools or dashboards to help them monitor their current portfolios. So because we have a better understanding of their workflows, we are able to curate a very bespoke technology for our clients, which helps them become more efficient in those processes. We are not solving a very big problem statement here, but day-to-day activities for a credit manager, portfolio manager, that's where we focus on. So basically what entails transformation for lending institutions? A continuous need to upgrade their systems, looking at processes that can be more efficient. And a lot of these processes are high volume processes as well, right? Where they might need a partner who is a specialist firm who can come in, understand where the lending institution or the bank is currently in their journey of transformation, what are their pain points, and get more aligned to their overall transformation strategy, their budgets, and even staffing strategy, tech strategy, etc. Now, the transformation for lending also entails looking at the overall tech stack that is there and how automation and AI can actually modernize loan portfolios. It is also about upgrading the credit analysts toolkit by breaking down the large processes into smaller processes like financial spreading or monitoring of early warning triggers and automating them, right? So that the efficiencies can come in and then better compliance from a regulatory standpoint. And of course, there is, I would say, much scope for data analytics, for loan origination, for credit decisioning, as well as for loan monitoring and servicing. And finally, I would say, looking at the overall operating model itself, transforming the entire operating model through standardization, through process optimization. And that could mean through levers such as fully managed services for pre and post lending operations to bring in overall efficiencies. And that's what we have been doing. I mean, when we start our journey with a bank, it can start with a very basic process support such as financial spreading. But as we continue to build a trust-based relationship through our delivery excellence, ensuring that all the SLAs are met, that's where banks actually start to expand and think more what can be done with Evalueserve. And as we are very much, I would say, entrenched into their processes, their guidelines, their systems, we have a full view actually what kind of efficiencies can we bring in and help them transform their existing processes. And that's exactly what we have done for some of our clients. And clients can be different. So we work across segments of lending institutions. There are lending institutions which are very much, I would say, driven by manual processes, or their technology is traditional still. And that's where we have brought in our products such as SpreadSmart and Insights First, which can make them more efficient, brings in automation of data extraction, monitoring of external factors, external threats, so that there is better monitoring of the loan portfolios. For banks such as several leading North American banks which have very high tech adoption, we have been helping them in managing the overall credit quality by bringing in a fully managed services solution where we bring in highly specialized credit skill sets across loan monitoring, loan servicing, as well as origination. When we partner with the client, the domain expertise that and the second is a complete technology layer on top of it, which is backed by that domain expertise and skill sets going into the creation of a solution for the bank. When I say domain expertise, it's not only limited to first line of defense, which is portfolio monitoring, providing financial spreading, governance, testing support. But it also spans across the credit hierarchy, which is also second line of defense, and also horizontal functions such as business and strategy. We are completely aligned across their strategic decisions. And the next layer comes in through technology, where we understand the processes, whether it requires a portfolio dashboard, whether it needs automation or AI. That's where we have discussions with our banking partners, with our clients, to understand what exactly is their current pain point and how we can basically help resolve that. All of this does is that with this unique combination, bringing in the credit expertise and technology, we've delivered value in terms of bringing down their overall credit decisioning time. Secondly, banks are using us more and more for processes that make them more regulatory compliant. And finally, we have received a very good feedback from clients that bringing in solution has made them more cost efficient and very top line driven focused. We work across the lending value chain, and we have a really strong domain experience and expertise in the overall data analysis, loan monitoring, underwriting, and due diligence. And coupled with the automations and AI that we bring to our clients, we see that we can add a lot of value to our clients in credit decision making. This is an area where we see that banks continue to reach out to us for their demands for more and more specialized skill sets. We have been working on managing portfolios for specialized lending such as commercial real estate, asset-based lending. We are looking at a problem statement only from a tech solution standpoint. So those are the two main opportunity areas that we have been looking at. And then banks are always eager to see where we can help them on high volume based processes, whether it's the cost arbitrage, whether it's I would say same time zone support benefit that is there. So those are the kind of opportunities that are still there, and they continue to be. Over the last, I would say 5 or 6 years, we've been focusing a lot on building our lending services practice. We've hired a very good set of talent, which includes subject matter experts for specialized lending processes, which are very popular in portfolio monitoring. And also we have institutionalized a lot of knowledge over these years through a set of training programs that make sure that we are very strong on the domain. The team that we have created brings in a very good mix of all these subject matter experts. And when I say experts, they are multi-level or multilateral experts who know very well how to deliver exactly what the client is looking for, which makes sure that we get rated high on delivery excellence. On top of that, there is a layer which comes in, does a lot of brainstorming sessions, whiteboarding sessions with our clients to understand their needs, their pain points, and come back with a solution to solve that problem. On top of that, there is a transition layer, which makes sure that identifying the right set of opportunities with banks, bringing in the right set of subject matter experts, and how it needs to be delivered to the client. That's why all our clients feel very confident about us when they come to us with a new mandate. And also we have good trust-based relationships across the execution layer, strategic decisioning layer, account management layers in our client organizations. And one important thing when we talk about transformation is that transformation is not only about technology and talking big about technology like hot topics like AI, Gen AI, etc. It's about understanding the needs of your client. There's a lot of experience that based on the variety of clients that we work with, the legacy of the relationships we've had, the kind of processes we have looked at and we've been supporting.